Competitive exams requires aspirants to build quite a few skill sets of different varieties. So obviously, one skill set is conceptual understanding, which is of the utmost priority. And also developing calculation skill sets is yet another important aspect of competitive exams like JEE Main and NEET. Especially in the recent years, since they have standardized papers across different sessions, NTA has gone on to include some calculation based questions in the papers. So it is definitely going to help if you're going to work towards building your calculation skills. And here I'm going to be giving you one such development of calculation skills where you can easily calculate percentages. This is a technique which it's quite easy to implement. In fact, it's just calculations. You can go about multiplying numbers in ways that you already know. But here I'm going to present you some very quick ways of evaluating percentages. So learn it and implement it in your problem solving scenarios. This is not only for percentages. See, even when you're going to multiply numbers, you can make use of all these techniques. So I will tell you what are the techniques that you can modify from this particular discussion and also implement it in your regular multiplication of numbers, addition, subtraction, and varieties of arithmetic calculations that you are doing. So here I'm presenting you how to calculate percentages. I'll give you different examples. See how we can use these techniques for quick calculations. So let's say you want to do some calculation of this particular sort of calculating percentages. So let me take first case where you want to evaluate, let's say 11% of 465, some number, 11% of any number. Now for evaluating 11%, you don't have to multiply 11 with 465 and divide by 100. That is going to take some time. So instead, observe that 11% can be written as 10% plus 1%. It is extremely easy to calculate 10% of some number. So 10% of 465 is going to become 46.5. And next we need to add one more percent. So one more percent will be, if 10% is 46.5, 1% will be 4.65. So 46.5 plus 4.65, that is going to be 51.15. That's it. You got the 11% of 465. Now I'll give you one more percentage. Suppose say you want to evaluate 6% of 74. So I'll first write it. The 6% of 74 can be simply written as 3.7 plus 0.74. This is going to be 4.44. Now, how did I write this so quickly? See, first what I did, I evaluated 10% of 74. 10% of 74 is 7.4, and then I'm halving that so that I get 5%. So 5% of 74, that is 3.7. So 5%, then plus 1%. So 10% is 7.4 means 1% will be 0.74. I'm adding 5% and 1%. So 3.7 plus 0.74, addition is extremely easy to do rather than multiplying 6 with 74 and then dividing it by 100. So 3.7 plus 0.74, that is going to be 4.44. Right, so like that, if you have percentages close to 5, multiples of 5 or multiples of tens, you can think of splitting it like this. Suppose say you want to evaluate 21% of some number, you calculate 20% and then you add 1% to it. Right, so no, okay, that's one way of calculating percentages quickly. I'll give you one more scenario. Suppose say you want to get 8% of any number. So let me take a number like this, maybe 78, 37, something. So when you want to get 8%, so you take the number, whichever is there, 78, and you double it thrice. So when I'm going to double it, so 78 doubled once, that is going to become 156. 156 doubled again is going to become 312. 312 doubled again is going to become 624. So I'm writing it, but you can mentally do it. So 78 doubled, 156, 156 doubled, 312, 312 doubled, 624. So you are doubling it 3 times and then divided by 100. So 62.4 you divided by 100, that is going to be 6.24. So if you want 4% means you double it twice. double it twice and then divide it by 100. So if you want 4%, you can do that. So sometimes if the number is divisible by 25 means, suppose if you want to get 4% of a number divisible by 25, if you want to get 4% of let me say 75. So 4% of 75 is nothing but 1 by 4 by 100 is like 1 by 25. So if the number is divisible by 25, don't double it twice, but rather it will be easy to divide it by 25 once. So it depends on the number also. If it is divisible by 25 means 4% of 75, you can simply write it as 3. But if it is not divisible by 25, you double it twice. That will be easy to do. And then divide it by 100. Okay. Now I'll give you a case like this. See if you can understand this part. So 21% of 45. So if I want 21% of 45, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply write it as 9 plus 0.45, 9.45. See how quick this is. See 21%, if I want, what I have done, I've taken 10% of 4.5, sorry, 10% of 45. So 10% of 45 is 4.5 and I doubled it. I got 9. That makes 20%. So 20% plus 1%, 1% of 45 is 0.45. So 9 plus 0.45, 9.45. That's it, finished. One more. Suppose this is something which you can think of. So if I want 27% of some number, whatever number it might be, so I'll take a number like this, 215. Now for evaluating 27%, note that quickly 27% can be written as 30% minus 3%. What is the advantage? If I calculate 30% of some number divided by 10, I will get 3% of the number. Now if I subtract these two, I'm going to get 27%. So what is 30% of 215? So 30% of 215, how are you going to get it? So you multiply 215 with 3, 645. So let me write that. So 645 is 3 times of 215, right? So then I want 30%. So 30% means 3/10. So 64.5 is going to be 30% of the number. So 64.5, from that I'm going to subtract 3%, which is 6.45. If I subtract 64.5 minus 6.45, so that is going to be 58.05. And all these things you can kind of mentally do it, right? So you don't have to write all these things. So you are going to write 64.5 minus 6.45. That's it. That will give 58.05. One more. Suppose you want to evaluate 72% of 13. So note that again, if you quickly observe, 72% can be written as 80% minus 8%. Now if I want 8%, what did we discuss? Double the number 3 times. So 13 doubled once will become 26, doubled again becomes 52, doubled again becomes 104. Now all these things mentally you can do it. So 104, if I want 80%, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to write this as 10.4, right? 80% of 13, right? 80% of 13 becomes 10.4 minus 8%, 1.04. If 80% is 10.4, 8% is 1.04. So 10.4 minus 1.04, this is going to be 9.36. That will be 72% of 13. One more. Suppose you want 13%. Okay, 13% of, I'll take some number, some weird looking number, maybe 47. So 13% of 47, if you want, what you do, see quickly I'll tell you what is to be done. First calculate 10%. 10% is going to be 4.7. And then take 1%. 1% will be 0.47. So 3 into 0.47. That's it. Add these two numbers. You are going to get 13% of 47. So you can write this as, so 3 into 0.47 mentally you can do it, right? So 8. So 7, sorry, not 8. So 3 sevens are 21. 1, 2, 3 fours are 12, 4, 1. 1.41. 1.41, I need to add it with 4.7. That's it. So when you're going to add it, you're going to get 6.11. So 13% of 47 will become 6.11. So like this, you can quickly evaluate percentages. Okay, so this is like the first set of enhancing your calculation skills. Like this varieties of calculation methods I will be coming up with, so you can follow it and learn and implement it. So importantly, while you're practicing, implement all these points.